kid who swings a golf club like a dream. I'd like to try to qualify him for the U.S. Amateurs.
Coming to Apple TV Plus.
What's your name?
I'm not into older guys, but I'm flattered.
A new comedy series, Stick.
I don't want to go on this trip.
Your mouth's saying one thing, but those eyes are saying something else.
From the home of Ted Lasso.
This is your shot at redemption? This is your mulligan?
Owen Wilson.
This game takes and it takes. The game's finally giving me something back.
Stick.
You know Arnold Palmer?
Iced tea, lemonade, mix it.
I'm missing a nap for this.
Streaming June 4th on Apple TV Plus.
Let's head over to the 77 WABC Sports Desk. And here's Justin Alec.
Well, thank you, Noam Layden. I'll start here on the NBA hardwood in Boston. The Knicks fell 118-105 to the Eastern Conference second-place Boston Celtics, dropping to 0-3 against Boston this season. Karl Anthony Towns led New York with 24 points, and Jalen Brunson had 22. The Knicks had whittled a 77-50 third-quarter deficit down to 95-89 on Mikal Bridges' driving basket early in the final quarter before the Celtics went on a 10-0 spree to take control. Coming off a 37-point loss at the Eastern Conference leading Cleveland Cavaliers on Friday, the Knicks fell behind by 27 points after Brown and Tatum hit consecutive threes just 20 seconds apart early in the third quarter. Josh Hart returned after missing the past 2 games with a sore right knee. He offered some solid defense and offensive production in his return, 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. Up next for the Knicks, they'll host the Philadelphia 76ers come Wednesday. Looking ahead to local NBA action tonight, the Nets return to the floor on the road in Washington, getting set for a 7 p.m. tip-off against the Wizards. On the collegiate hardwood, St. John's hammered UConn at home, beating the Huskies 89-75. Kadari Richmond and Zuby Ejiofor led the contest in scoring with 18 apiece, helping the Big East first-place Red Storm improve to 24-4 overall on the year and 15-2 in conference. Coming up next for St. John's, a road date with Butler on Wednesday night. To the NHL and the ice in Pittsburgh, where Adam Fox scored the go-ahead goal at just about the 11-minute mark of the third period. JT Miller had 2 goals, and the Rangers rallied to beat the Penguins 5-3. Will Cooley scored on the power play. Jimmy Vesey added his 100th NHL goal for the Rangers. Igor Sturkin made 30 saves. Miller scored in the first period and added a late empty net goal. Vesey tied it for the Rangers just about 4.5 minutes into the third. Fox, who has a 6-game point streak, put New York ahead just over 7 minutes later. Coming up next for the Blue Shirts, will visit Talmont to face off with the Islanders tomorrow night. Speaking of those Islanders, they lost a tight 1-4-3 to the visiting Dallas Stars last night. Jean-Gabriel Pageau appeared to tie it for New York in the closing minutes, but the referee ruled Pierre Engvall interfered with Ottinger, and the goal was disallowed. And finally, in Nashville, Nico Dawes made 29 saves to record his first NHL shutout as the Devils dominated the Predators to the tune of a 5-0 victory. Dougie Hamilton had a goal and an assist. Palat, Casey, Neeson, and Tatar also scored for the Devils, winners of 2 of 3. Up next for them, they'll visit the Colorado Avalanche on Wednesday night. And Louie and I were just discussing before I hopped on the air, Noam Layden, that the Yankees, he reminded me so kindly, will not be playing New York following Yankees losses now this upcoming season in the MLB. They'll be
What's
playing,
that all about?
They'll be playing other Frank Sinatra songs. So one of the examples I saw was That's Life. They might play in the event of a Yankees loss in the Bronx. You know, that's life. Sometimes it kicks you down. You get back up. I think that's...
Were the fans begging for something like this to happen?
Well, it was a little weird. They would lose games, like they lost that World Series game, Game 5. And they started playing New York, after they just, threw away the World Series, basically. That's not very...
I feel like they should find a more depressing song than this to play if they lose.
Oh, come on. That's life.
That's what all the people say.
That's what all the people say.
This might work, actually, now that I'm listening to it.
Lost, but we're going to be all right. The Yanks might have lost tonight, but we're going to be okay. Right. We're back tomorrow night, Noam. You do get 162 of these damn things.
What's going on in the Bronx? They're letting people grow beards. They're playing different Frank Sinatra songs.
Listen, maybe Hal decided it's time to,
get to 2025.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's finally get to 2025.
There we go. You're a loser. I like that.
This one's good too. There you go. How about that? So maybe Yankee Stadium is becoming a little bit more, I guess, to date, if you will.
Lou should pick the loser song for every game that they lose.
That's what we're going to do. That.
Have a catalog of songs.
That's as if I don't feel like playing it every day.
Right.
Just kidding.
Let's go Yankees! Come on, baby! Yeah!
Yeah!
Back to you,